What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugshu. We are back with another Musume video. In this video, we are going to be training Agnes Tachyon, the alternate version, or one of the alts. I don't know what got released first, this one or the summer one. Don't remember. I don't remember. But regardless, I do remember pulling for this one a while back, and that a while back. I wonder how long it was. Probably 2 years. Probably 2 years, but I do remember that she was very niche to medium distance. So I mean, obviously you could see also with her aptitudes that medium distance is only her A rank when it comes to the distances, and then well, long distance B of B. So other than that, I was like, yeah, maybe I should train. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Let me see. I guess the last time I did train her was like this one also specifically was the last year May. Not as long as I thought it would have been. But it seemed like I did train her quite a bit in 2024. So yeah, about 2 years ago. 2 years ago she was released. So yeah, we're gonna be training her, see how it goes, and who knows? Who knows? For the setup, we are gonna stick with the setup that's obviously one of the setups that worked the best for me, which is the first setup that I used prior to using the 3 speed and 1 stamina. But two speed, Teo and Almond Eye, 1 stamina that we're borrowing, the Dodo one, Forever Young Wise card, Tamamo Power, and Tazana Friend card. And that's going to be pretty much it for the setup. So with that being said, we're going to get started with the run. And before we go over the comments and all that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. But I also do need to record global. Yesterday I recorded global first. Today I'm recording global after JP. Did I do anything else after? Because I didn't really do much. I was out for a good chunk after posting the videos. Yeah, I was pretty much out for a bit. I did try being the keyword, playing something to catch up on, and after I came home and all that, but I was like, I think I was thinking about doing Genshin. I was thinking about doing Genshin. Didn't. Even though I have a couple more days or a few more days to do it. I don't know what other games I have a few days to. Oh, I guess. I don't know if the NT events. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 that's. I don't remember the like end dates for a couple of them. Like the fishing one, I feel like ends by the end of the week. That's how I feel about it. I don't know about Enfield either. I just know there is a phase 2, so I'm assuming that the event shouldn't end. The one event that I know that's there. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think I didn't really do much yesterday when it came to trying to do extra or spend some time in the other games. I'll say extra time, but it's the same thing. I'll see if I can do that today. That way I can at least maybe finish 1. That way, starting tomorrow, Friday, I can focus on the other stuff. Zenith obviously is not a top priority unless I'm probably gonna check out what I'm probably gonna check out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna rest. I don't care. I'm still gonna rest. I don't care. Probably just gonna check out Zenless events just to see if there's anything that requires me to be logging in every day while it's still not too long. Because before I've waited too long for that, so, and I wouldn't be able to finish it out. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. I already know that I need to get Genshin and Hoyo and Star Rail done, and then I'll just check the rest after. Yep, and I'll just check the rest after. Obviously, also, I should probably train a little bit more on global while I can. While I can. Also, JP, because JP's is next week. Global CM starts. Well, the League of Heroes is for JP. The CM for global starts on I think it starts in 2 days. So I'll do that first and then hop in. Probably give a couple runs. As much runs as I can for JP. I'll try. I'll try. I don't know if there's anything else. I don't know if there's anything else. I actually don't even know if I should be worried about any releases on the Switch 2, aka like games that I want to play. I think one of them being, well, not I think, one of them being Fire Emblem. Because I do remember Nova mentioning it yesterday. But yeah, I don't really know what other games I'm excited for when it comes to the Switch 2. Or the Switch in general. We'll just call it the Switch. uh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It'll pop up, I guess, whenever. Whenever. Well, I guess Pokemon by the end of the year, right? Usually they release it at the end of the year, so I would assume that. That's a given, though. That is definitely a given. But other than that, yeah, I'm not too sure. I just know, ooh, it's August. Silent Hill Townsfall? I think that's what it's called. That's next month, if I'm not mistaken. And it honestly doesn't feel that long since I played Silent Hill F, but right? Yeah, September 23rd. I guess there's that. There's that. I don't know if there's any others after that. Because there is another Resident Evil. I believe it's the Code Veronica remake. I think they just named it Veronica. That they most likely will release that around late winter to spring. I think was when they when they released them. Normally, I think. I don't remember a Resident Evil game getting released around September to, I guess, the end of the last 4 months of the year, essentially. I don't know what other games that I'm actually excited for though. Did we even unlock the dates? No. Hmm. Can we unlock the dates? That would be nice. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Honestly, I thought about the Echoes of Aincrad, the latest SAO game, only because I was interested in the fact that if you die, your save file gets deleted, right? At least that's my understanding. At least that's my understanding. So, to me, that's interesting. To me, that is really interesting. I'm pretty sure there might be like a setting where you could not have that happen, because then I feel like most people wouldn't be. I don't know. I don't know really, to be honest. Um, but I feel like I'm pretty sure it's a setting or maybe a game mode. I'm not sure, unless they explain it here right now as I look at it. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it mentions it here. It doesn't seem like it mentions it, so I would assume it's your normal JRPG game. But I feel like yeah, I feel like the death game mode is probably the you know the whole if you die in the game you lose your save file. That's my assumption. I didn't look up anything about the game besides just whatever I kind of just saw and whatever I seen in the Steam page. I thought about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I did play a lot of the SAO games in the past, so it's not like I'm not it's not like I'm not familiar with SAO games or I haven't played them in the past. It's just I don't know. Actually, I think the most recent one, not the Echoes of Aincrad, the one prior to it, it had like a massive multiplayer, like raid bosses and all that. Kind of trying to give you like the same vibe of when they would do the raid bosses in the anime, I guess, where they would get a gang of people and try and defeat the boss. I don't know. I didn't want that. So I don't think I even bothered thinking about playing it. Elucidation was really good. The game itself, that was fun. It was called Elucidation Licorice. That one was cool. And the Fatal Bullet was actually really fun. Also, it was different than your typical. I felt like it was different than your typical SAO game, obviously because because it was gonna get online. So it's cool. It's cool. But other than that, I'm gonna have to do a race. Good thing I picked up on that. Really, we only needed 188 more fans, which is crazy. It's kind of funny, but oh well. But I'm gonna load up the comments, refresh it, and then see if I said I wanted to do a race, so let's go do a race. So let me do this, refresh, see okay. Seems like everything is pretty much how I loaded up before. So with that being said, if there's anything else I need to mention, I don't think there is. I guess I don't know why, but random question or topic before I go into the comments. Me personally, this is very random. One of the candies, I guess, because I do like chocolate. One of the candies I do like, because I essentially like gummy candies for the most part, whether they're sour or just normal gummy candies. I do kind of like, not kind of, I do like red vines if we're looking for more of a licorice, not black licorice. I couldn't for whatever reason. But I've always been a sucker for airheads, like taffy candies, but mainly airheads for whatever reason. Along with sour or not sour gummy candies, red vines, like I said. Twizzlers is not bad also. I don't know what I like between the two. I don't know what I like between the two. Obviously, I like Haichu. I say obviously like it was obvious. But I like Haichu. And as for chocolate, honestly, I don't mind milk chocolate, whatever chocolate. I feel like I prefer dark chocolate. Because I do like at least the dark chocolate I've eaten. I don't know. I kind of like the bitterness in a way. Not that I have anything against normal chocolate and all that. It's just there's something about dark chocolate that I prefer. Is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Yeah, because I do know that some people prefer chocolate, some people prefer candy. Excuse me. But I honestly like both. I honestly like both. I guess you could say like I have a sweet tooth. I do enjoy sweets a lot. Not that I don't enjoy savory food and snacks. I always eat chips or whatever. Chips is definitely one of the worst things you could put in front of me, especially because I'll just munch on them like nothing. I guess this became like kind of a snack topic in a way. In a way. Like another one would be like, do you guys prefer Oreos or Chips Ahoy? If we're just picking between the two. I think for me, it would mainly be Oreos. Yeah, I think it would be Oreos. If I'm be honest. I do like Chips Ahoy. Certain ones, like the red velvet one. So if you tried it, you tried it. It's pretty good. I do like the chewy ones also. I'm trying to remember what other ones I've tried in the past, but kind of don't know. I do remember getting more Oreos or over Chips Ahoy in the past, so I guess it is what it is. So I guess it is what it is. If you know, you know. I like Hello Panda and Yan Yans. Not yang yang, but yan yans. If you know what yan yans are, I like those also. How could I describe yan? It's basically like your breadsticks that you dip into those chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry dip. I don't know what they would be called. If, or like what other brands were called, because I only know the one that I've only known. And then obviously Pocky, but I haven't had Pocky in years. I don't know. I might just go over the comments now. That was such a random topic to mention. That was such a random topic to mention. But just to prove I'm not lying about air, I do have an airhead right here, right now. That's the reason why I started talking about it. I do have it's because I had an airhead here. Very random. Very random. But let's go over the comments now. Let me refresh again, just in case. Just in case Tenoki just somehow squeezed in saying Shushu's recording without me going over the comments. Because I do know he did comment. I do know he left a comment already, so. As much as I would do that, I would probably just focus, give a chance on Wise instead. But it seems like the comments are only between Nova, mainly, and then the one comment from Tenoki, unless after I go over Nova's, Tenoki decides to add more. And starts saying, oh, she's recording, and then proceed to add more. But we'll see. We'll see. So the comment from Tenoki says, well, two wise is mostly 2 speed, 1 stamina, 2 wise. Okay. Yeah, so essentially you're just taking out the... Like, in this case, I would take out the power card and add another second one. Or if it's the other case, then remove one of the speed cards and just add another int card. It's mostly a means of squeezing in the latest int nature with Wise, Forever Young for Betweeners. Then you parent for power. I don't know about that. For me, I don't know about that. My parents are all over the place. When I don't think I've had one specifically good at a specific stat without having to share it with another stat. So, yeah. Yeah, that's probably why my whole 3 speed and 1 stamina, 1 wise setup didn't work entirely for power, and that's why my power was low. Because if I'm not mistaken, my power inheritance was probably not good. It was probably not good. We'll just go with that. But other than that, thank you, Tenoki, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. And then now, we will go over Nova's comments. But I do see that Tenoki did reply to one of the comments. But the first comment says, I was gonna say Nagi is win. I do like to collect my destroyers for different elements. You know me, I do like my elemental teams. Well, if you knew Nagi was win, why didn't you correct me at all this whole week or since last week when I was mentioning Nagi as a electric destroyer? You literally had like a week to tell me that I was getting that wrong, because I did want to correct myself throughout the week, but I didn't remember when I was recording until yesterday. Because obviously I'm logging into Mongo and I'm like, wait, Nagi's not electric at all. And then I would go in the next morning, record, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna correct myself, and I would forget. Good thing I remembered yesterday. As for NCE, the new event is pretty fun. I finished the story and just need to get some side quests done. It's a game within a game, and I think it's simple enough to farm. So you just literally finished the story right now. Dang. Dang. It is a game within a game, essentially. City delivery is still something I'm doing, and it's okay. I have been doing the racing to get rid of stamina as well. Other than that, we'll just have to rely on fishing or cafe selection. Oh, I also do more taxi runs because I found it more fun than mindless fishing. I've been doing the taxi/Uber ones at the end of the week whenever I need to... I guess whenever I need to finish the rest of my city stamina without having any more deliveries, so to speak. Ooh, I think we'll be fine. But this morning I managed to get 2, which is good because 2 was usually the norm for me. So it was weird when for like 2-3 days I either had 1 over the span of 2-3 days. Like last week was the most I had to do the taxi/Uber one from like 300 something. I was like, dang, what the heck happened? What the heck happened? So yeah. But I think this week I'll try to get it done off fishing because of I think the fishing event, obviously. And I haven't touched cafe selection in a while since finishing the first set. I finished the first set, I just didn't continue on after that. I do like the combat picture event in WoWa. I know Zenless did it too, but I like it more in WoWa. Maybe because the characters have peak combat animations. I mean... I mean, for the most part, it was more like they were trying to get us to take a picture of an animation after doing a certain attack. More so than in the middle of combat, we're taking pictures. Unlike in Zenless, we're actually legitimately taking combat pictures. But in WoWa, it was more like do basic attack 4 on the ground and then wait until... I think I remember something like that. After triggering 4 basic attacks on the ground, wait until like Luke fixed his glove or something. I don't know why I remember that specifically. Like fixed his glove, something about his scalpel. So yeah, or with oh, I almost said Hotori. Hiyuki. When she's sheathing her sword, something like that. It's more like after combat animations. Take a picture of what happens after, rather than like Zenless, where you take the picture while in the middle of combat, right? But yeah, I did enjoy it regardless. I don't know if I tricked that Uma friend of mine from Taiwan, but I told him that Remmiel's OP. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He said he'll start Zenless, but I didn't tell him that Remmiel could be even more OP with Valina. Well, you probably should have said something at 3.0 then. Actually, yeah, you probably should have said something at 3.0. That way he could have gotten like the 3.0 rewards and all that alongside... I guess the beginner rewards for just being a new player and all that, and whatever new players get as a reward these days, because obviously it shouldn't be the same as when we first started in the beginning. That's always my assumption. But at least you got him. Well, if you did get him to play, hopefully he'll be fine. Well, he'll get a lot of rewards still, regardless, with it essentially still being it being the anniversary celebration, and him being a new player. But I don't know what the new player gets also. So we'll have to see what he can do with 1 Remmiel in his account. Well, see, this is the hard part, because Remmiel requires just being paired up with anomaly characters. And her two to three best, or her three best ones. Okay, her 2 to 3 best ones would be obviously Valina, Promea, and if I'm not mistaken, Arya? Right? But then you can also make the argument that there are other anomaly characters you can use with her. Like, I don't think you can use Miyabi with her, I'm gonna be honest. I think just like Valina, you can't use Miyabi. Or Miyabi wouldn't be best used with her. I'm gonna assume Vivian, because Vivian usually has been a good like off-field anomaly character to use for most anomaly teams. I think Bernice is also a good option to if you don't have Promea or Arya. I think Vivian would be the best option if you don't have Valina. And then I mean you could use most of the characters, but I feel like obviously, like I said, Miyabi shouldn't work too good, but they'll be fine. Miyabi and Yanagi, but I think they don't synergize completely well with Remiel, in my opinion. Especially if you put Miyabi with Valina, because I don't think they paired up well. Also, paired up too well either. But you can use Jane Doe if you somehow. Oh, he could pick Jane. he could pick Jane, but I wouldn't pick Jane because the other options fairly good for the free characters, right? Was Jane one? Yeah. I think you could use Alice if you don't have Valina also. Yeah, because I think Alice works well with Remiel. But honestly speaking, I think because of Remiel's buffs, essentially all the anomaly characters just can do really well with her. So even Piper. So I think he'll be fine as long as he gets 2 other anomaly characters. Valina is just the best, I guess the best, alongside Arya and Promea, I would assume. And then there's Bernice, Jane, I guess Miyabi, Yanagi. Even Grace, because she did get her buff, so there's that too. Vivian, like I said. So we'll see. Well, I guess you'll let me know what happens with him. If Suyo was a him, then we're playing that other Uma game, Uma Otoko. Well, in real life, majority of these characters are male. Or, yeah, males. If for some odd reason you played Uma Musume and you did not know that much majority of these Umas are male in real life, well, I wouldn't know what to say to you. That's why I said in the anime. Or the series. That's why. Rick Jumpscare, he should look into that new Digimon Gacha that came out recently. I believe he mentioned it the first time. He was the one to mention it himself already, that there was a Digimon Gacha way before you, like 2-3 weeks ago, Nova. 2-3 weeks ago he mentioned this. I remember. Or actually, not even 2-3 weeks ago. It was whenever he commented last time, a while back. Maybe like a month and a half. So a little late on that, Nova. Rick was, even though Rick hasn't been commenting, he did tell me about that way before you. Way before you. I have to admit that I'm still a sucker for Dynasty Warriors, and a remastered version of DW3 is coming out in October, 1 month after the new Fire Emblem. Ooh. Wait. Are you telling me Fire Emblem is released on September? Next month? Is that what you're telling me? Was it called Fortune's Weave, right? It does release in like a month. No! I am not ready. I am not ready. Actually, it's been a while since I played Fire Emblem, so I am excited. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, I thought it was gonna be, honestly, either a little later or early next year. Because I do remember Engage being released around January, I believe. So I was under the impression that was going to happen around winter. Oh well. But oh god, I got gotchas, man. Hey, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat, my friend. Yeah, if you think about it, I have Fire Emblem and Silent Hill for that month. So you have Fire Emblem and, I guess, Dynasty Warriors. But speaking about Dynasty Warriors, I've always heard of the game. I've seen it. I've heard about it. Like the hype and all that. But I never played the game. I never played a single Dynasty Warriors. I think I mentioned this the first time he's mentioned Dynasty Warriors. Like maybe a few years ago. Maybe. But yeah, I've heard good stuff about it. I just never got into it or played it. Tanoki responded and says, I miss the old Dynasty Warriors. Nowadays, they are too busy releasing crappy mobile versions with a poorly implemented pay-to-win system. I didn't even know they had mobile versions. Nova says, never touch those mobile versions since they don't offer anything remotely close to the original. Can't say the same with Persona 5 R, right? Persona 5X. The gacha game, because it literally is just a gacha version of the actual of a Persona game. Like you get the Persona feels and vibes entirely. You just have the gacha implemented along with, you know, being time gated from progressing, because obviously you can't progress in a story unless they release it. Compared to, obviously, if it's just a normal release, then you have the story. You just have to play the game. But yeah, like I said, that Persona gacha game could have been its own standalone game if they wanted to, but they made it a gacha game. But thank you, Tanoki, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. Or reply on Nova's comment, but I do appreciate the comment that you did post regardless. Man, 3 houses have the most extensive routes I've seen in the game. I think Yellow Deer has to be... Wasn't it Golden Deer? Or something like that? They are yellow, but I believe it was golden. Has to be my favorite class. The blue class has way too many dudes, and Edelgard is the tragic waifu route. They say that the new Fire Emblem might be a prequel to 3 houses since Sothis is there. Oh. I'll be honest, I think Yellow Deer or Golden Deer might have been my least favorite. I think I would have to look at the groups altogether. Let me actually... Obviously, I could look through thing. All right, so yeah, golden deer. In the golden deer, honestly, I should probably see also later on when they got older, right? Because some of them did get glow ups towards the end. But based off these pictures, it doesn't seem like I'll be able to see them. Or I should be able to, actually. Well, regardless, off the rip, looking at all three of them. Okay, in the Blue Lions' defense, the Black Eagles had the same amount, pretty much the same, close. They did have the most amount of male characters, but at the same time, it's not like Black Eagles had 4, which is only 1 off from the Blue Lions. The Golden Deer is 4, so it's not it's not that far off. Blue Lions literally only have 1 more than both of them. But with the Golden Deer, I pretty much only like Lysithia. Hilda was whatever. Was alright to me. I didn't mind her. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Leonie... I think Leonie looked better with her glow up. And then Marianne, I think... This is whatever. I think also I put personality as a thing, so... I think Golden Deer was just mainly Lysithia for me, if I'm going to be honest. Or was it Annette that also had a good glow up in the Blue Lions? I don't know. I think Golden Deer... I think... I'm trying to really think this through now. Like, really think this through. And trying to remember, like, story-wise and all that. Because if I look at the Black Eagles, obviously, with Edelgard, I did like her. I didn't mind Bernadetta at all. Dorothea just kind of had her, like, in a way. I forgot what vibes I was about to mention. But I did like most of Black Eagles. Even the male characters weren't too bad. If we're not talking about Hubert and Lindart. Because Caspar wasn't that bad, in my opinion. And Ferdinand, I don't know what to say about him, I'll be honest. I thought Felix, if we're talking about them as a whole, as a group, Blue Lions, I thought Felix and Asher, I think the 2 guys in Blue Lions that outside of Dimitri, that I liked more than Didu and Sylvain. And then Ingrid, Mercedes, and Annette was nice. As for the Golden Deer, Cloud was cool as a character. I liked him. But as for like the male characters, not really, you know. I'm trying to think also what other characters. Honestly, I like Shamir. One of the members of the Church of Saros. I like Shamir. Yes. And then there was the Ashen Wolves. They were a interesting little bunch. I do remember playing the expansion. But other than that, I don't know what else to mention. But yeah, Three Houses was honestly a really fun game. It was a really fun game when it comes down to the Fire Emblem games. Ooh, I'm behind here a little bit. Sorry, I just felt like outing. It just happened. Although, speaking about Fire Emblem, since we've been talking about it, I did play the mobile game for a while, or the gacha game, but I didn't really play for it for too long. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. But I would say the Fire Emblem games were very enjoyable. Played them a lot growing up. Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance. Yeah. The two off the top of my head. Obviously the OGs. There was the Game Boy ones, right? The Game Boy Advance ones with, what's it called? Sacred Stone, Blazing Blade. And then there was the SNES one. That one I don't remember playing, the SNES one. I don't remember playing a lot of the older ones. I don't think. I probably have, I just don't remember. But continuing on. This one says Eldrada for me. I think she's innocent, but I guess we'll have to see if she actually becomes a villain or not. Told you Snack Girl's good. I've also seen some theories as to where Nicole went, and I'm like, that's Nicole's alt soon, buddy. Well, Billy did say that the rest of the Cunning Hairs went with Nicole, right? Or they were just, obviously Anby would be with Nicole. Because they're, you know, they're close. I should just say. Either that or Nekomado's also just being a cat wandering about. But I'm pretty sure, right? Billy just pretty much stayed to help out Belle and them. Belle, while the rest of the Cunning Hairs is out and about. So yeah, that would probably be the time she does get her ult, maybe. The thing is, we don't know much about Eldrada. The most we can probably predict is because, according to Remiel, Um, there was Go to Blulu. There was Bashu, I think was another one's name, and there's a third one because they're all, I guess, targeting each Sunbringer. Obviously, Gertrude Blulu got to Jacina. Lindvern seems like she's all good, and then we don't know about Eldrada just yet. So the thing is, why I don't want to say anything about Eldrada, because we only, besides design, because I do like her design. Besides design, we don't necessarily have a gauge of her personality, in a sense. All we got was her saying a speech. All we got her was saying a speech or speaking in front of people. So I don't want to I don't want to just say, oh, I like Eldrada just because, without even getting to know her a little bit more. Unlike Lindvern, where we obviously got to know her, how her personality is and all that in the recent story. And then obviously Justina, based off well, before she was controlled by Gertrude Blulu. So I guess 3.0. We got to know her personality and how she is. And yeah. I mean, I've always thought, I've said that Cisia has got way better when I got to see her in the story. When she had this whole comedic side to her. Love that. Her badass scene fighting Promea, love that. And then obviously after that, her just being her and Billy being the comedic relief of the story, love that also. Love that also. They're a good comedic duo, Billy and Cisia. So Francis reminds me of Mint from NC for some reason. I don't blame you. You could kind of get a kind of the same vibe from the both of them in a sense. The only difference is, as you're about to say, Mint isn't pervy though, and I like Mint could be less dumb. I too have no idea what they are releasing on Mongol. It's the one gotcha where I'm like, if I see someone I like, I pull. I think that's how it is generally for me. If I like the character, I'll pull. Generally, that's how it is supposed to be. But yeah, I could get the feeling. I see how Mint and Francis can be alike in a way, because I kind of get the same vibe from both of them. Although you do have. It's funny because Mint is not technically, she is the the dumb cat, whereas France is a total opposite. Minus her pervy side. She does she is smart, is what I'm saying. The total opposite of Mint. Mint is like the dumb, more wholesome. Is that the right word I'm saying? I want to say wholesome because she just wants to be like, she's just there for her friends and co-workers and all that. Basically, like when Lacrimosa was getting all the hate because of the tomato jelly, or yeah, the jelly villain, you know, the one Lacrimosa was getting hate for it. Mint was trying to stand up for her and all that and clear up her name. Yeah. And then Francis, she gets all touchy and all that, as we all know. Oh, as we both know, not all know. So yeah. But like this is like you said, if I see someone I like, I pull. In this case, in Mongol, it's very much that way. It is very much gonna be that way. because well, I'm kind of having that mode with Inquisitor where I don't mind her design and all that, but I don't know if I really like her. Compared to like all the characters I pulled for since playing the game, like I took my in the beginning of Mongol when it was the commander or the maid, however you want. I forgot her name. I did want to pull for her. The problem is I had the feeling that Mina was gonna get released, and I wanted her more. It was the same case as NTE, where I would have pulled for Nanalie, obviously for being in Hattori's team, if I didn't assume that Hattori was gonna be in the phase 2, or knew that Hattori was gonna be in phase 2. So yeah, that's me. That's all on me. Will I pull for a rerun? No. So yeah, and then after that, I pretty much pulled all the characters until I don't. Let me just search the Mongol release, Mongol Stardive banners, just so I can get a more accurate. Okay, I was gonna say, why does... Oh. I just saw who could be who's the next character apparently. So that caught me off guard. Cause I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. But yeah. Wait, that wasn't the first banner. But yeah, first banner I pulled for was Mina, and then I pulled for her sister Narai, and then Nagi. And then before that, I wanted to pull for Esther, but I didn't. Which was the first character banner. And then after Nagi was... the summer banner, right? Because I don't remember any other characters. So... yeah. Pretty much pulled for every character but one. Oh yeah, because it's only been... this is the 4th patch version in a sense, right? Yeah. Because it was Esther and Mina, and then before or after Mina was Naraya and Nagi, and then the last one is a summer. So now would be the 4th one. Yeah. Makes sense now. I don't know why my nose is getting really itchy now. Even though Shinku story was short, I do like her character. Iroi, though, she's unexpectedly more interesting as a character. I don't know if there will be any more story for her later on, though. We might actually... because we don't know her backstory or anything like that. Don't know if they'll share it, but... Shinku, we kind of got a vibe of how she was in the past. Maybe. Or, yeah, we did. So, we might get something about Iroi after. It's just after the difference from when she was first introduced in the story and her actual personality now is made me like her more. It made me like her more. Hattori skin might be coming later on when she becomes more involved in the main story? Question mark. That's my thought as to why she's getting slept on with the skins. Just think of Miyabi. They gave her a skin after a year or so. Oh, let me let me have a slight debate here. The difference is Miyabi was released at 1.4, whereas Satori was released in 1.0. And they didn't release a skin, like a paid skin, until Astra to begin with. In Zenless. So what was Astra Yell's release? Pretty sure that was after Miyabi. Yeah, 1.5. So literally after Miyabi. So with that being said, they didn't even release skins prior to Miyabi's release. So I wouldn't say that's a good comparison, because phase 1 we already had a crap ton of skins available to us, even car skins or car liveries and all that. Nanalie had her own. So the thing, my argument is, NT already knew they were having a direction where they wanted to release a lot of skins for characters. So why didn't Hotori get one when all these other characters did already? Nanalie, heck, I forgot who else had other skins, but a lot of characters had different skins. Didn't Cheese have one? I think so. And she's not essentially part of the main story at all. So how does that go with Hotori not essentially being heavily involved in the story when she has been involved for the most part in the beginning, and then the whole beginning of the Scarlet Letter when they went to the auction? Hotori had a big role there in a way. She used her time powers essentially to save her people and the Starry Express, or Starry Express, however it's called. So you can't essentially say that they didn't release her because of story when she was there in the beginning. She was there in the beginning. Natalie was there in the beginning. She didn't really have much of a role in the beginning of the story like Hotori did. Not as much as Hotori. Natalie was just there, yapping about being the Ichidaima. So I think she had an involvement when it came to the Akane part of the story. But other than that, not really much of a role, just like Hotori did. That actually did had a part in the actual villains of the Scarlet Letter, even though it was just the beginning of it. So I don't know, Nova. I don't know. Because then if you go to talk about Miyabi, her story straight up had she already was an important part of it. She was already an important part of it, let alone they didn't have, but like I said, they didn't release skins or for characters yet until Astra was released. So I don't know, Nova. I don't know. Your reason doesn't stand with what I just laid out. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll just keep mentioning here and there that Hotori doesn't have a skin yet until they actually, if they do release a skin. Because the reason why I didn't talk about Miyabi not getting a skin is because they didn't release skins yet. They didn't release skins yet until Astra got released, so I didn't have any reason to be complaining like I am now. But I'm complaining for fun. I am complaining for fun. I'm just messing around with it because I was like, dang, why did all these characters get all these skins already? And then Hotori just been nah. Nah. Like, what the heck, man? What the heck? That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah, in the Blue Archive community, we would consider Remiel a hag. I mean, I would also say that you would probably say that also for Sitlali and Genshin. But to be fair to characters that get called a hag, I mean, in anime or games or whatever like that, essentially just characters who are older. It doesn't have to be that, they don't have to be hundreds of years older. They could be like just a kid or a teenager calling a parent, or not a parent, an adult, I should say, adult or middle-aged adult a hag, just because they're a little bit more older. It's nothing new. I've also noticed that Zenless likes to have their characters kill off their loved ones. In the Miyabi trailer on YouTube, Miyabi's mom was going to succumb to ether corruption and basically made a young Miyabi killer with that cursed sword. Remiel forced to kill her friend. Yeah, we're gonna see more of that in the future. You could kind of say also with the whole, well, not having their character like this in this case, it wasn't that I'm about to mention isn't the same, but in the context of what we know before Serpico was revealed, the sense that Truvia and Serpico were really close friends with Bell and Wise, so you could kind of call them, you know, kind of like Remiel and Belliora, or whatever her name is. I don't know why I'm remembering her as Belliora. I should probably search it just so I could say it right, but correct me if I'm wrong. You know, Serpico, quote unquote, technically died saving Miyabi, Bell, as kids. So I can kind of go along the lines of that. Plus, it's been obvious that they weren't afraid to show death or whatever in Zenless. But Uma X Zenless collab, when? Never. I don't see it happening. I do like the Prophet Boo. He looks like a Bang Boo that I would bring home. I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, he just seems like a chill Boo. If I was to pick a Bang Boo, I'm just cool with just having like Eos or something. UA 8, not bad. There's potential. There was potential to go higher. So the core is basically the most solid theory I can think of. Bella Oreen is most likely has the core inside of her, and that would explain the resonance. I'd wager that their teacher probably replicated the same experiment that the first gen Void Hunters went through with those kids. Now, thinking that all four of them, including Reen's friends, have that core inside of them, I don't think they have the core, so to speak, because it happened when they had gotten their ocular implants. We don't know. It's literally probably, I'm assuming it's going to be the ocular implants, because that has been the trigger this whole time. It was the trigger when they were kids. It was the trigger when it happened to Belle when they got older, literally not so long ago in the story, and it was the trigger again. So I think it was the ocular implants that may have some kind of inspiration from said cores. At least that's what I would assume. I don't think they have the cores in them, because then you would have to imply that if they had the cores inside them, they would be, well, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about more, it could be a possibility because of Pyrois. Maybe Belle has it in some whatever way. Maybe, I don't know, because now that you think about it, she did exhibit kind of like the same like visual stuff on her like Remiel did, right? Like the glowing and all that. But I feel like it still has to do with the ocular implants being the core in a sense. So I would say that yes, maybe the core theory in Belle is correct, except in the form of ocular implants. That's what I would think. Unless they explicitly say later that they did get implanted with cores or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Sir Pico didn't seem like himself at the end of the story arc. I don't think he's dead, but it seems as if something is possessing him. Maybe the core, or rather another one of those ether monsters trying to become the next resonator for the creator. Oh, Wuo reference? Wuo reference? I forgot the term they use. I just know them as sacrifices. I don't think they were essentially trying to be the resonator. They did the sacrifice, but I don't know what else to call it. They've been kind of MIA. They've been kind of MIA, I'm not gonna lie, so it kind of just got forgotten a little bit. But I think Sir Pico may or may have just, I don't know, because they said he died. Like, we don't know what happened to his body. We don't after he died, or anything like that. So I guess we'll figure out in the next story or something like that. And then lastly, I'm still waiting for the character reveal of Zhao's boss. She seems like a nice lady. Please be hot. Zhao was in Zhao? Like Krampus? Krampus Zhao? Like Promea, Dialin, Zhao's boss, not only just Zhao? I don't know. We are talking about Zenless, right? Because we have this. It's just the past couple comments have just been Zenless related. So, yeah, maybe. If that's what you care about, sure. If that's what you care about, sure. But other than that, I predicted correct. Thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Tanoki be here and commented and says, "Shushu recording." And then finished up training for League of Heroes, moving on to September CM. But with half an eye on League of Heroes with the occasional build, most of my current team built on 2111 for a certain purpose, but pivoting to 311. Oh. 2111 for a certain purpose, but pivoting to 311 after some testing. I'm assuming that's support card related. I was like, 2111? What do you mean by that? But I get it. And then Nova says, gonna need to prep for the actual Annie. I'm gonna have to get the Uma and cards again. Wish me luck. Oh, great Noki. Nova, we don't have to technically wish you luck because you're the one who's most likely gonna still get everything you want in the anniversary, regardless, because of the abundance of pulls you have, tickets, and it's just how it goes. So, I'm sorry, Nova. It's just been like that the past 2.5 years, basically. But other than that, assuming that there's no other comments, that's pretty much it for this video comment section comments. So thank you Tanoki and Noah for all the comments, appreciate it as always. As for the video, 2193 speed, 1656 stamina, 1727 power, 911 guts, and 1409 on wise, with an S aptitude on medium distance, which I feel like my speed, stamina, and power is the best I've seen. I wish there was a little more on guts to help out a bit, or have wise on 1600. That would probably have gotten me to US again. But that is the best Agnes alt Agnes Tachyon I've trained. Obviously from UA8 or from UB2 into UA8 and then UC7 before that. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are making it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing with your prep for the League of Heroes and who you guys are bringing, and if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys ever join the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.